Welcome everybody to the webinar. My name is Eric Johnson. I'm very excited to be with you tonight. We're going to have some fun. Okay, so here's what we're going to do tonight. Tonight's topic is get started right with Teamzy and become a power hour boss. That's what I'm going to take you through. So here's what we'll do. I'm going to take you, tonight's training is going to be straight up nuts and bolts. I'm going to show you how to do it right so you can crush it. We're going to go into Teamzy. I'll show you how to set it up. It's pretty simple. If you've already done that, you may have missed a couple things. I'll go through this setup process. I'll show you how to do your power hour, okay? The best workflows, how to connect with people, start conversations, pull those conversations as you're learning about them so that you can invite them to learn about the business, how to follow up on that like a pro, all the way through the process till they join your team. I'll show you all that tonight. Then at the end, we'll do a question and answer, okay? So if you have questions, I'll answer them live. You can ask me anything. This is your chance to ask the CEO, the guy who created the app, whatever you want, okay? So there's a Q&A button at the bottom. You put your questions there. I'll answer them live. First, I'm going to take you through a quick presentation just to kind of introduce myself, and then we'll dive right into the app. Okay, you guys ready? Great. Where am I? Okay, so here we go. Get started right with Teamzy. Become a power hour boss. This is our hashtag, by the way. Hey, I don't know if you can see the hashtag on my back. Can you see it? Is it there? Hashtag Power Hour Boss. I actually went to Costco today in this shirt, and a couple people asked me what it means to be a Power Hour Boss. How cool is that? How would you guys like to be asked what it means to be a Power Hour Boss and be able to answer it? Well, I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so just a quick introduction to me. For those of you who haven't met me before, my background is in business coaching and consulting. I've been helping people build their business by relationship for going on 16 years now. And I actually stumbled into network marketing by accident. I wasn't meaning to go in that direction. I, like a lot of you guys, found some products that really changed my life, honestly. I lost, close to 60 pounds in 90 days. And it was life-changing. I went from being somebody who was on a path to being very unhealthy to somebody who lives a healthy life, and it changed everything. And I was excited. So I kind of fell into the business. And as I realized what a great business opportunity direct sales is, I started thinking about it like I would if I was coaching somebody. Okay, what are the first things I need to do to be successful? Well, I knew how to approach, I knew the system. I'm going to teach you a little bit of it tonight on how to connect with people, but I knew I needed some tools that would help me leverage my time so I could be mega efficient. So I started digging around looking to see what sort of tools were out there. I figured, hey, it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, right? There's got to be some great software tools. Well, you guys know in advance that I didn't find anything good, or else you wouldn't be here tonight, right? But this is what I was looking for. I was looking for a system that would allow me in just 1 hour a day, because I honestly believe that's where the Power Hour Boss thing comes from. I believe you should be able to do this whole business in an hour a day, okay? I wanted a way to stay in touch with all of my contacts, everybody. Right? Everybody that I knew, everybody that I'm meeting. Also, I wanted to know when to contact them and when not to. In other words, a system that would just tell me what to do. Gosh, don't make me think every day. Don't make me plan. I don't want to have to do a lot of planning. I just want to be able to do it. Okay? Also, know what to say. I'm the type, some of you are probably like me. I'm the type of person that can stare at that screen trying to think of the perfect thing to say, and the whole hour's gone and I haven't messaged anybody. Do you guys ever get stuck there trying to figure out what to say? I just wanted to know, like, how can I start conversations? How can I get this done efficiently? And then I'll finally follow up seamlessly so that nobody ever falls through the cracks. We've all had people fall through the cracks, right? And it's painful. I wanted a system so that couldn't happen anymore. So that's what I went looking for. Also, there was one more thing it needed, and it had to be easy to use because honestly, I'm very tech challenged. You guys, I'll probably predict that I'll have a few challenges tonight with the technology just presenting this presentation to you. And I've done it 100 times. I'm not a tech person, so I needed something easy to use. So I started looking around for it. Obviously, it didn't exist anywhere. There were a few things out there that were hard to use. They were confusing, kind of overwhelming, and none of them were based on building relationships. They were all kind of based on this find them, fleece them and forget them, go for no philosophy that seems to be the infectious virus that's everywhere in our industry. That's not the way I operate. And a lot of you guys are here because you've heard about the heart of Teamzy, and you want to do it differently too. You want to build a business based on service and integrity and love. It's one where you don't have to be sneaky, right? So again, That's why we built Teamzy. It's here. I'm going to show it to you guys. Just to give you a little bit of our track record, in just a little more than 2 years, we've had more than 70,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is amazing and humbling. And our active users, they're averaging 21 new customers and 9 recruits in 90 days. Okay, 21 new customers and 9 recruits in 90 days. By the way, I always will measure results in 90 days. Why? Because it takes some time to build momentum. Okay, it takes some time to build momentum in this business. And I want you guys to have a realistic appraisal of what it requires to get things rocking for you, okay? 90 days is not that long though. Okay, let's jump into Teamzy. Okay, I've got one more slide there that we'll get to at the end, and that's your action steps for this call. But we'll get there when we get to the bottom. Okay, where'd you go, Teamzy? Here we go. All right, so you're looking at my Teamzy dashboard. By the way, I've lost count on how many custom versions of Teamzy we have. You are probably using a custom version of Teamzy. However, we do have a generic version. It's called the Teamzy Standard, and that's what I'm using, okay? So that it's more, kind of universal for everybody. So some of the words, some of the terminology will be slightly different on your version of Teamzy, but functionally, it's the same system, okay? So follow along with me. Now, what we're gonna do here, I'll just give you a quick tour of this dashboard, and then we'll do the setup together. Today's activities right here, this bar across the top, these are your daily goals. I'll show you in a minute how Teamzy takes your income goal and tells you what to do each day. That's key. You need to have a goal for the year, but you just need to be focused on today. That's all you have impact over is today, right? You keep your focus small so you can build your business big, all right? Make sure you get that one written down. Keep your focus small so you can build your business big. Dailies, these are just the habits, successful habits that you do every day. Now, I've added a couple here just to test it. I forgot they were there. There's 4 that we believe are important. They're there, so posting on social, doing your personal development work, using your products, and exercising every day. You should be doing those if you want to be successful. And then you can add your own custom ones in settings. I added a devotional one and to make sure I kiss my wife every day. Why not? Just fun. Okay, Power Hour. This is where we're gonna do our Power Hour. I'll show you that in a little bit. Okay. But let's get set up. So when you first come into Teamzy, first off, if you're not already using Teamzy, you can go get a 30-day free trial. Okay, it's 30 days free. Go to teamzy.com and get your 30-day free trial. We don't ask for your credit card or anything weird. We just want you to use it for 30 days. That's it. Use it. Okay. I believe that if you use this for 30 days, you will not only generate tons of momentum, it'll be no question that you'll be in love and you'll want to continue on as our customer. That's a win for us and it's a win for you, okay? But 30 days is plenty of time, even if today's your very first day in the business, for you to create enough momentum to pay for your subscription. It's a no-brainer. So go get your 30-day free trial if you haven't done that. Now, when you first log into your 30-day free trial, it will bring you into the setup wizard that helps you set it up. If you've dismissed that, you get the setup wizard back right here in settings. You can go back to it anytime, okay? When you come in here, there's a video from me explaining all the amazing resources that you have available to you in Teamzy. All right. You can also get Facebook Messenger updates from Teamzy, little tips and tricks, things like that that will help you through your 30-day free trial. Okay. So now let's get started. We'll do 3 things in here. We're going to set your income goal. We're going to create a powerful why, and we're going to get all your contacts imported into Teamzy. Okay? All right, let's just get started. There's little videos on those pages, mostly of me talking. You can go listen to those at your own leisure, or you got me live, so we'll skip past them. All right, so here on this page, what you're gonna do is put a number in. You can see I've already put in my number. My number is 150,000, okay? How much money, what income level do you want to be at 12 months from now? What's your number? Just put it in there, okay? I put in 150,000. Now, if you're, just a little side note, if you guys are leaders and you're making great money, 6 figures already in your business, if you have anybody like that on the call, ask me the question for Q&A and I'll talk to you about a little bit about refining that number. Okay, 150 grand is mine. You ready? I'm gonna click continue. Now Teamzy has backward engineered this whole thing, and it's telling me that I need to connect with 4,348 people over the next 12 months, okay, to get to that goal. Now my goal was pretty aggressive, especially for a new person. To go 150 grand their first year is super aggressive. But, you know, it didn't tell me that I could do it while doing the backstroke. It telling me to connect with 4,348 people. Now, what's amazing is, as big as that number is, when you break that down daily, it's not that many. The next page breaks it down for me. First, it splits it into into my three groups: my prospects, my customers, and my distributors. Okay, that's my team. It breaks it down monthly, weekly, daily, and the daily goal now is to connect with 9 prospects, connect with 6 customers, and connect with 4 distributors. That's 19 people. By the way, when I say connect, I don't mean cold invite. I don't mean ask them to try a product or watch some cheesy video. I mean connect. Just say hello, just making their day. We call it the make someone's day mindset. Okay? I just want to connect. How are you? How are you? I hope you're having a great day. The goal of the connect is to make someone's day, get them to smile for a moment. Okay, that's it. So that's 19 people a day I'm going to connect with. I will show you literally how that's less than 30 minutes of work in Teamzy. 30 minutes a day is going to get you to 4,348 people. And that includes taking the weekends off and having a vacation. Pretty good. It's also got a goal set of 3 invites a day. 3 invites. An invite now is where I'm talking about my business. I'm inviting them to learn more, to an event, to try a product, whatever. An invite is what I do when I've uncovered some interest. See, with relationship marketing, we build relationships systematically. And in those relationships, we discover interest and then we invite. This is how we make sure that our pipeline is full of people who are actually interested and we're not alienating and damaging friendships. Does this make sense? Yeah. So the goal is to connect with 19 people and invite 3. And then I have a goal each day to add new people to my list. Now you can change any of these goals by overriding them. They're just a suggestion. Let's say you have no distributors yet. You can put a 0 there and add that 4 over here to your connect with prospects list. Make sense? All right, I'm going to put these back. I actually moved that from 9 to 10 because I like it to be an even 20. That's cool, right? Look, so once you have these the way you want them, you click continue. Now it sets up your dashboard to your specific goals. Every single one of you will have a custom dashboard to your goals. Pretty cool, right? Yeah. Okay. So funny because I want to tell you guys a quick story. My friend Rob, who's a Beachbody coach, he was in my boot camp in January. He told me about a weekend, he said, my power hour only takes 15 minutes. Like, this is crazy. I said, you need to up your goal. His goal is to make 60 grand. He's like, really? I said, yeah, double it. So he did, doubled his goal. Guess what? He was still done in less than an hour a day, but he started creating massive momentum in his business. Some of you guys, your goal is too low. Okay, so as you get going in Teamzy and during your free trial after a week or so, if you find it's too easy, increase your goal. Connect with more people. Next step, finding your why. Finding your why. Now, this is pretty cool because I'm pretty passionate about this because did you guys know the statistic that 1 out of 2 people in the business will quit their first year? 1 out of 2. It's terrible, isn't it? 1 out of 2 people quit their first year. Some of you have been in the business long enough, you've experienced that. You work so hard to bring people on your team and they just fizzle out so quickly. And I'm here to tell you that every single one of us is in danger of quitting, especially if you don't have a meaningful why. See, the truth is that we all by default will quit if something's hard or boring. We just quit it. Unless there's a reason not to, unless there's a reason to persist. We need a meaningful reason to persist, or we'll just cut our losses and leave. That's what we do. We're designed that way. It's how we protect ourselves. So I'm here to tell you, you got to go deep with this. Now, so many people, I'm sure you guys have all heard this, right? You got to find your why. You got to get your why. And there's books. I mean, there's books and classes and all that. People overcomplicate this. And I get it. People need to sell books. But I'm here to tell you, seriously, you don't need to go to a sweat lodge in Sedona to find your why. You already know it. It's right here in your heart. I want to help pull it out of you so it's in front of your face. So you can reprogram. You use your why literally to reprogram your brain to help you get there. Make sense? Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take you through a process of 5 questions, just 5 questions. It will help you come up with your first why statement. This is the same process that you should do this with your new people on your team. Don't just tell them go to Teamzy, do it. Like, lead them through it. Log into Teamzy and lead them through these questions. Okay, and I'm gonna take you through really quick. I'll try to as quick as I can with my personal story as an example. Obviously your story will be different, just how it worked for me, okay? So let me pop back in here. Okay, so the first question, why did you become a distributor? Now, I shared a little bit of my story at the beginning. I lost a bunch of weight. I just literally looked and felt different. I had more energy. People were asking me, what are you doing? Wow, what's going on? What's going on in your life? What are you up to? What are you doing? And I would tell them. I would tell them all the time, all day long. Finally, my wife suggested gently, maybe not so gently, that I become a distributor. She said, you are referring people to that website all day long. You should be a distributor. That made sense. Some of you guys, maybe that's why you joined the business. So I signed up because my wife's very smart and I pretty much do what she says. That's the secret to happy marriage, right? Yeah. You see the hands raised if I'm right on that one. Okay. What do you hope to accomplish? Second question. When I signed on, my goal was to make $500 a month extra money. That's it. It wasn't to change the industry, to bring heart back into the industry. I didn't know there was anything wrong with it yet. I was brand new. I just wanted to make $500 a month. Next question. Why is that important to you? Why is that important to you? I wanted to take that $500 a month and put it in the bank. That's what I wanted to do with it. Now, this is where you have to ask somebody, why are you doing that? Just to give you some context of why putting money in the bank was so important to me. My business, as I mentioned, I was in the coaching and consulting business for people helping them build their business. We worked mostly with real estate professionals and some mortgage people, and then a mixed bag of every business, but mostly real estate people. And then when the Great Recession hits at the end of 2008, what happens to the real estate industry? Do you guys remember that? I'm sure it impacted everybody in this call. The people who were available to pay us for our services no longer existed literally overnight. I mean, our business just went into a tailspin. It was very scary. I lost my job along with half the country. And it was scary. Now, my family, we were provided for. We made it through that recession. Barely, but we made it. But we used our savings and we stopped saving. And at the point where I was looking at the network marketing opportunity, I was going on 6 years without saving a penny, living paycheck to paycheck. And for those of you guys, if you've never lived paycheck to paycheck, it's terrifying to do that. It's terrifying because you know that if something happens to that paycheck, your whole life is like a financial house of cards. So this opportunity came to me and I thought, wow, maybe I could start putting that $500 a month in the bank. See, I had a job and the income was good. I just wanted to save. And so you got to ask yourself why, because that's an emotional need to hedge against that fear and that terror of losing everything. Like that's an emotional need that this business can fill for you. Make sense? Next question. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? Now, the first thing that came to my mind when asked this question was this. If I could put that money away in the bank long enough, we could buy a new home. I dreamt of having a new home for my family. We had multiplied a lot over the years. We've got 4 kids, dogs, the whole thing. And we just needed more space. We were in a tiny house. We just needed more space. I dreamt about coming home from my job and working at home, being with my family full time, building my business. There was no place to do that. And so the thought of being able to save a little bit extra money, I started dreaming about a new home. Next question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Do you see how in just 5 minutes I've already gone from, okay, sure, sign me up, I guess, to wow, maybe we could buy a new home if I could make this work. Pretty cool, right? Now I'm asking the question, why is it meaningful? This one I got stuck on for a few minutes because honestly, I don't know. Is buying a home a meaningful goal? I mean, real estate agents will tell you yes, right? Maybe it's just materialism. I don't know. But as I really dug into this thought, why is it something I've been dreaming about? What is it about this? Here's what I came up with. See, the home is symbolic of the family, right? And in my case, it wasn't necessarily the house that we were living in that was the problem. I realized something. And this is the kind of thing, these are those deep emotions that we don't allow ourselves to think about because it hurts. But here's what I realized thinking about this. My family, I was completely missing my kids as they grew up. I just wasn't present. And my marriage was passing me without me being part of it too. Honestly, I was working all the time, providing, doing my duty, providing for my family. I'd get up in the morning, go to work. My kids would still be in bed. I'd kiss them goodbye. I'd go to work. work all day long. I loved my job, by the way. Nothing wrong with that. I loved it. I helped people all day long. I was good at it. I was respected, made good money, but I was there all day. I'd come back in the evening, after my commute home, my kids were already getting ready for bed. They'd already had dinner without me. And I would put them to bed. That was my relationship with my kids. Honestly, I was going to completely miss their growing up. Traveled many weekends, so that didn't even have those. And then my wife and I spent maybe an hour a day together. It was not good. And it was certainly not the life that I had always dreamt of. Now, here's the thing that's kind of amazing. I didn't feel like I needed network marketing because I made beyond 6 figures in my salary. Yet I had never stopped to think about the fact that we weren't saving any of it. And that the dream of buying a new home and being with my family was never going to happen. It was never going to happen with my career. If anything, if in order for me to get more money, required me to work more hours. You ever notice that? Yeah. And something kind of hit me while I was looking at this process. I realized something. My career that I loved and really enjoyed was I was at the top. There was nowhere for me to grow. But yet this new idea, this new distributorship I had just purchased for like 2 pennies, right? Cost nothing to start this business. Had the opportunity to create the life I've always dreamt of. Going through this process, spending 10 minutes asking these questions, I realized 2 things. 1, what really was important to me that I hadn't thought about. And 2, that I had a way to get there that I didn't realize. And a switch flipped for me. I realized something. I was thinking about network marketing as extra money, side hustle. How many of you guys think of it that way? Yeah, and if you've got a career job, you're like, I've got a career job. I don't need this money, but it's fun or it's extra. Here's what I realized. My career money, my salary, my benefits, all that was my extra money. This was my business. And I thought, wow, what an opportunity that somebody's going to pay me beyond 6 figures to build my business. And all I have to do is give them 40 hours of my week. And I can do this with Teamzy in 5 hours. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, the switch flipped. And here's what happened. I wrote my first why statement, thinking through this process, share it with you. Here's what I wrote that day. It's just over 3 years ago now. It blows my mind. To create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family. I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. When I wrote this statement, it changed everything because now I suddenly had a reason to make this work. I understood. Now, the reason was always there, by the way, and your reason is there already too, but now I understood it, okay? And I could put it in front of me and let it convict me. Because here's the truth. There will be many days when you just don't feel like doing this. Now, there could be major reasons. Maybe you lost a loved one or a sudden illness or I don't know, anything. We had somebody in a recent boot camp who had a tornado rip the roof off their house. Like something like that could happen and you don't feel like connecting with people in your business that day, right? But more often than not, it's just boredom, procrastination, lack of visible results, the things that cause you to not be motivated to do it today, right? It's just like working out. Well, I got a good reason I don't feel like working out today. Great. Well, what happens when you miss 2, 3, 4 days? You're out of business. You've stopped working. That's why you need your why. It convicts you. I'm going to show you right now how literally you can do this in less than an hour a day. So knowing that it will be less than 1 hour of work to build your business, your dreams, and if you create a why statement like I did, now when you don't feel like it, you have to confront yourself with this. Does that mean I refuse to spend 30 minutes building the life of my dreams, following a system that all I have to do is follow a system? Or do I choose to stay stuck in my current reality? Do I choose to stay stuck or do I choose to spend 30 minutes doing it anyways? It will change everything for you. Now, here's what happened for me. Some of you guys know the story. Within 90 days of writing this down, I left my career and came home to focus on my business. Now, where, you might ask, did I work? Because I already told you there was no place in my home to work. I did not even my kitchen table really didn't have room to put my laptop on. So what I did was I went to Home Depot. I bought a shed. You know those sheds that you put your lawnmower in? Some of you guys have one in your backyard. I had it dropped in the backyard. right on the dirt, which was like the dirt grassy area. And I ran an extension cord out and I started building my business from the shed because I understood what was on the line once I had my why. Let me show you this picture. I just found a picture recently of the office. We used to call it the office or the shed quarter. Shed quarters. Here it is. Look, check this out. How cool is that? That's one of my business partners, Mike Lopez, one of my mentors from my old job, in the shed quarters. And you can see in the background, we're brainstorming an idea for a business called Teamzy. So cool. You just got to make it happen. Doing your why, it's an important part of this. If you don't do your why, you'll most likely quit. Once you have it, once you allow it to convict you, once you share it with your spouse and your success partner in your business, there's no stopping you. Does that make sense? Because you need a reason, okay? You need a reason, and it needs to be tied to something you care deeply about, something that you would put your life in front of. That is how deep your why needs to be if you're just going to get you past those procrastination moments. Make sense? Okay. All right. Where were we on this? Teamzy. Where'd you go, Teamzy? Here you are. So whatever you write in this last box, the My Why box, this is the one that matters. This will publish to your dashboard. Okay. So if you fill in all these notes and you don't do the last box, it'll stay blank. So fill in this last box, then click continue. Now that My Why statement's on the dashboard of Teamzy. Every single day when you do your power hour, you read it to yourself. You read it to yourself out loud. Okay. It will convict you. All right, the last thing we're going to do is get your contacts into Teamzy, get all your contacts loaded in. Okay, if you haven't done it already, take a note on this. Here's the order you want to do it in. If you already have a team and a business, okay, then the first bulk import you want to do is your downline, your team, okay? If you've got a massive team, just bring in your first level people and your leaders, okay? If you don't have a team, don't worry about that. You don't have to do that yet. Now, if you, like I said, if you have a business, you get your team in first. The second list that you want to bring in are your customers. Get your customers in. There's some videos here that will help you get this info from your back office. Okay. So first your team, then bring in your customers. The third list that you want to bring in are your Facebook friends. Okay. And there's instructions on how to do that. Get your Facebook friends list in the Teamzy. You want all your contacts in one place, so you can be super mega organized, right? Now, I don't want you guys digging for pads of paper, shoe boxes full of sticky notes, looking for the spreadsheet that you haven't updated since, in 3 years. You'll have it all in Teamzy. It'll all be right there. As long as you have your phone in your pocket, you can get to your Teamzy. And how often do you go anywhere without your phone in your pocket? Seriously, hardly anywhere, right? You'll always have it with you, which is so cool. And then anywhere else you have contacts, you can bring those in. All right. So there's some videos here. Let me skip the wizard to show you how this works. Over here on the left side of Teamzy is the Help Center. So when you go there, you'll find some videos that will help you. There's also, for those of you who like to watch videos, we've got a lot of videos on how to do this. If you just want to read instructions, scroll down to FAQs. Okay. And you read instructions. Okay. It's so simple. If that's still beyond you and you're just like me and you're tech challenged, click this little help right here. Send us a message. We'll answer any question you have via email. Okay. And if you still need help, you can request a one-on-one walkthrough with one of our techs. Now, we're booked out about a week on the one-on-one walkthroughs. That's why we provide so much here self-service wise for you. Okay. All right, so let's go back to Teamzy. So the way you, if you leave the wizard like I did, remember, you can always go back to it here, or you can also always import on the team page by clicking this import button, okay? All right, that's for lists. Now, if you just want to enter one contact, you click this little purple guy right here at the top to enter one contact, okay? So if you've got a list of if you've just got a list on paper or something, that's what you'll do is you'll just come here and you'll start putting them in. Make sense? Okay. So there's one last step for setting up Teamzy before we're ready to crush a power hour. And this is an important step. A lot of people skip it, but it's really important. Before we start doing our power hours in setup, we've got to do one more thing, and that's rank our relationships. We're going to rank them. Okay. And the way we rank them is we use a 5-star scale, just like you're ranking a Yelp or Amazon.com or something like that. Right? You guys have done this a million times. So the way it works on the team page, by the way, is where your whole list lives. It's like the CRM inside Teamzy, okay? This is your electronic Rolodex, if you will. Everybody's here. Okay. If you do a bulk import, like a big list, it will automatically bring you here to put you in rank mode so you can rank that list. But you can come here anytime, go over to this little menu right here and put rank mode, turn it on, okay? So what this does is it lets me jam down the list and I can just click on somebody like Emlyn. Oh, he should be a 5, I'll make him a 5-star just by clicking on it, right? Or if I decide he's a 2, I'll just click on it, boom. Now what's cool is everybody will come in automatically as 3 stars. So you won't have to really rank everybody. You're really just looking for 4s and 5s, okay? So let me explain what this means. The higher the score, the higher the stars, that means the warmer that relationship is, okay? It's the warmer the relationship, the higher the stars. The higher the stars, the warmer the relationship, the more often you'll connect with that person. Make sense? The more often you'll connect with that person. You guys need to understand that with relationship marketing, the better your relationship, the more trust, the more likely it is they will purchase or join your team. So we rank it so that we focus more energy on the people that already have the most trust. So we get the most results from those. And then we continue to build relationships with the people that we don't know as well so that we can build them to that point. Make sense? So let me explain to you really quickly what these stars, the definitions are, and then we'll do our power hour. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or a distributor, or they're an existing customer or distributor that's a rock star. They're going to show up on your list every 30 days. Every 30 days, a 5-star person, you'll connect with them just to say hey and make their day. Okay? 4-star people, which is, by the way, is very often. So those need to be good relationships. 4-star people, they're going to show up every 60 days. There's somebody that's likely to become a customer or distributor with a little bit of nurturing. Okay. They're also the people on your team, your customers that are solid. You're just going to talk to them every 60 days. Okay. You're going to connect with them. You don't have to think about it. They'll automatically come up on your list. Connect with this person today. 3-star people could go either way. That's why we default to 3 stars. 3-star person shows up on your list to connect every 90 days. See the pattern? 30, 60, 90 days. 2 stars, they're getting colder. They show up every 120 days. You guys got it? Really simple. Now, here's the thing that's cool about this. You do this one time, and you never have to plan your power hour ever again. You don't have to do any planning. Teamzy does it for you. Once you've ranked one time, Teamzy will automatically create your list for you every day. You don't have to think. You just turn it on and go. Okay? You've got Teamzy on your phone, so you won't even have to think. You won't even have to. You could be waiting to pick up your kids from school, pull up your phone, it'll tell you who's next. You can send a couple connect messages. Get it done. I'm going to show you how easy it is, okay? Don't be intimidated by this. Even if you have a big list, great. Put on some music that's relaxing. Get a nice beverage, adult beverage in my case, and just get it done. This is like unpacking the dishes in your dream home. Okay, you do it once, and then you can get to cooking any day. Okay. You don't have to save or anything when you're done. You just navigate away at autosaves. Now we're ready to rock, ready to do our power hour. Okay, we're all set up to go. So our power hour box is right here in the center. You guys see that? And there's 2 halves. The left side is the who's up next list. There's 4 lists here: the prospects, customers, distributors, and your follow-ups list. Okay. On the right-hand side is where you log your activity, and you can also see past activity with people. Okay. The details about them, notes, it's all there. Okay. These lists only show you 5 contacts at a time. That's on purpose. That's to keep you focused and to keep you from getting overwhelmed. Okay? So what I recommend you do is you work from left to right, and you start with the first person on the list and just work down the list. Now you get to this first person. In my case, it's Jay, Lisa Swain. I'm going to connect with Jay, and this is where typically I would get stuck. Oh no, what the heck am I going to say to her? How many of you guys get stuck in that moment? Maybe you've never messaged this person before. Or maybe it's been years since you spoke. Maybe you don't even know how you became Facebook friends. Do you have people on your list like that? Now, here's the thing. Typically, you might skip a person like that. Not here. I'm just going to message her. Okay? It's only going to take me 2 or 3 seconds to do it, and she might respond. Let's go for it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Where you get stuck messaging her, I want you to go to scripts, because I have spent so much time figuring out what works quickly and easily and put them in here for you. And now we've had 70,000 people work in this program and constantly telling me how great these little scripts work. So look, go to scripts, click on that. I'm going to get a Facebook script. And I'm just going to get this one, connect number 1. The first option, connect number 1. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Look, I'm going to copy that script. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll paste it in here so that I can edit it a little bit, right? Obviously, you can get to change the name, make that correct. If any of this doesn't sound like something you'd say, change the wording around a little bit. Make it more like you. Obviously, it sounds like me because it's my script, right? I'll put a little emoticon in there, ready to go. Okay, that's exactly the way I want it. Now, you don't need more than this, though. Don't feel like you need to add a whole conversation. You just want it to be short and sweet. Remember, our goal is just to make her day. Look, I highlighted this because I'm going to copy it. Why do I need to copy it? Because I need to send it in Facebook. Teamzy can't send a Facebook message. Facebook Messenger doesn't allow anyone to do that. So look, I've got Facebook open in a separate tab right here in my browser. It's super easy. I'm just going to look up Jay. Only takes a second. There she is. I'm going to send a message. Okay, ready to go. With me? Sent. Done. Now we'll toggle back to Teamzy and I'll finish logging it. I'm just gonna select activity. It was a Facebook message and I'm gonna use this big blue log connect button to log it. Logged. How easy was that? Next person on my list is Calvin. Look, I'm gonna use the same message. It's already still on my clipboard. Just paste it again. Change the name. I used to just do it right in Facebook, but somebody taught me, one of the Teamzy users taught me this, and I think it's great. You do it in Teamzy, that way you don't accidentally send the wrong name, right? You get it just the way you want it, and then go send it in Facebook. Look, there it is, it's ready to go. So I'll do the same thing, I'll copy it, I'll go to Facebook, I'll send it to Calvin, and I'll just log it here the same way by clicking the big blue log connect button. Every time I log one, the number of completed ones goes up, right? My goal is 10, I've got 2 done, 8 left. See this little blue bar starting to fill the circle? When I get 10 done, that circle will be completely blue and I will have hit my goal for today for connecting with prospects. I will just go down my list and I'll probably just send that same text to Tracy, Elliot, Marlo. Now, just so you guys know, I prefer messaging people on Facebook because it has the highest response rate. Okay. Next best, if I don't have them on Facebook or some other social media platform, I would text them. Okay. So I'm just sending these little messages out. Now, the power hour looks like this. I'm sending outgoing messages. I'm not responding to incoming messages. They're going to start responding to you. Be disciplined. Don't respond yet until you get all your outgoing messages done, or you'll never get it done. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. My goal is 10 prospects. It's going to take me 5 minutes to do that. Do you guys see how I could possibly do that in 5 minutes if I'm jamming? Yeah. And when I'm done with my prospects, I go to my customer list. Who's up next? Kelsey. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to go to scripts. And I'm going to get a script for customers now. Look at this. Jane, you're doing so great. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on, right? If they've achieved something, congratulate them. Here's a real simple one. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the products? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Okay, so we copy that script. Show you guys how easy this is. Okay. Obviously, you got to change the name. Kelsey, she spells it funny. How are you enjoying... what's a good product? Throw it up in the chat. What are you guys with? Tell me what company you're with, quick, and I'll use one of your products. I got Juice Plus and I got Shakes and I got okay, Juice Plus and Beachbody with first 2 responses. So look, how are you enjoying your tower garden? Okay, great. You get it, guys? Or look, how are you enjoying Lift 4? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. How easy is this? Simple. Boom. Now, it's really important, guys, as we're logging, as we're connecting with customers, you're just going to go down your list with customers. Now, another great one, another great script that I love for customers is this one. So simple. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Just checking in and see if there's anything to do to make your day. You know what the most common response to that is? You just made my day, which is the best thing ever. You got to be in touch with your customers. It's so important. Just really quick on this. I know you guys, I promise you I wouldn't go too deep into all the philosophy of it, but you guys need to know this. If you are in touch with your customers on a regular basis, and I don't mean these lame things like, hey, your order is going through tomorrow. Do you want to add to it? Or like, that's fine. That's customer service stuff. But really just connecting with people, like those 2 examples I just sent, staying in touch with customers, they will order more products. Staying in touch with customers regularly, they will order more products. They absolutely will. It's statistically true. And if they're on a recurring monthly order, they'll retain longer. They'll retain longer just by you being in touch. Just by you being in touch. Okay? So every time, the more in touch you are, the better that relationship, the more questions they're going to ask. They're going to be seeing more of your posts on social media. They're going to be interested in the new products, the sales. It's just going to balloon. Leaders, I've had leaders come in and do a 30-day challenge with their team, and they've seen the entire team volume go up 30% in 1 month. Just by being in touch with customers. Oh my gosh, novel concept. The other reason why you got to be in touch with your customers, and I could honestly do a whole hour training just on this topic, is this. The best source for a new customer is a current customer. You guys know this, right? The best source of a new customer is a current customer, because a current customer who's using products and loving them is talking about them. Isn't that what you guys do? Yeah, they're talking about them. They're sharing what they're doing with people. What are you doing? You look amazing. I'm doing this. They're talking about them. Every single customer you have who loves your products has already lined up 3 or 4 customers ready to purchase from you. The problem is, if you're not in touch with them, you're not getting introduced to their friends. And guess what? Their friends are Googling your company and buying the products from somebody else. You're also missing an opportunity for a great new distributor on your team, because somebody who brings 3 or 4 new customers to the business is ready to have their own business, right? Stay in touch with your customers. Step 1, be in touch. Teamzy makes it so easy. You just turn it on, connect with who's up next, and you'll be in touch with them. That's easy, right? Okay. Last list is your distributors. This is your team. Just gotta find it again. I have too many windows open. How many of you guys are like me and you have 600 windows open on your computer? That's me at all times. All right, the next list is distributors. This is your team. This is your team, right? Again, you got to be in touch with your team. You do the same thing. You send them a little message. I was thinking about you today. I'm proud of you because congratulations on. Is there anything I can do to help you? How can I support you today? Okay, whatever it is. It's quick messages. There's some scripts in there that'll help you. You should be able to connect with these people. Having a Facebook group for your team is a good idea. That's great. Doing live Zoom calls is great. Leadership retreats for your top leaders, those are great. Everybody on your team needs a one-on-one connection with you. Okay? This is the part that gets missed. Everyone on your team, they need a one-on-one connection with you. People will stay in this business. People need to stay with this long enough to succeed, correct? And they will stay for the personal relationship over anything else. That's why we named this Teamzy. It's about your team. It's the number one thing. We say build your team, then you can build your business, you can build your life, right? Stay connected with them. Okay, especially when you become huge, when you have a huge team. It's so important. When people feel connected to you, they'll do anything. You got to stay connected. Okay, it only takes a second. Teamzy makes it easy for you, even if you have a huge team. Just who's up next, message them, done. So in this example, we sent 10 prospect messages, 6 customer messages, 4 distributor messages. That's 20 people. Let's say it takes you 30 minutes if you're new. Okay. Gee, Eric, that was easy. Now I'm on a trajectory for 150 grand in income, and it took me 30 minutes. Now there's still one last list. That's your follow-ups list. Okay. When you get there, you'll find that it's empty because nobody automatically goes there. You have to put people there. So how do I get people on my follow-ups list? Let me just give you guys an example, kind of an example scenario. As we're going through this process of connecting with people and starting conversations, right? You've got your messages out, and then you start answering the incoming messages, right? Typically the response rate will be between 40 and 50%. Okay, so in this scenario, we're sending 20 messages. We're starting 10 conversations every day. Now, I'm here to tell you, after a week, you're going to be complaining to me, Eric, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed with how many conversations I'm starting. And let me just tell you something. That's a good problem to have. Some of you guys need that problem, right? Yeah, so out of those conversations, your goal is now just to have a conversation. Your goal is not to just try to think about when you can drop the business on them. It's to think about, how can I help this person? How can I help this person? Ask questions, learn about them, find out what's going on with them, figure out how you can help them. If they need help in a way that you can use your business to do that, perfect. If they just need help with something else, just figure it out. Think about who you know and what you know that can help this person. That's how you deepen a relationship. Now, in some cases, as you're talking about them, you're going to get into the conversation about how your business is something that can help them. okay? Because their specific identified need is something that you solve with your business. And that's when you talk to them about your business. And you say, hey, look, I can help you with that. This is what I do. And they're like, wow, okay, great. So as you're talking to somebody, let me just give you an example. I messaged Jay, said, hey, Jay, how are you? What have you been up to? I hope your day's awesome. She says, oh my gosh, great to hear from you, Eric. We're doing great, thanks. I said, great. Well, send me an update. What have you been up to, Jay? So she sends me an update. We're doing this, Will's retiring from the Marine Corps. We're going to move to San Jose. He got a new job up there. Oh my gosh, a lot of stuff going on. I'm thinking to myself, who do I know in San Jose who can help her, right? Who can help them transition? All these different things are going through my mind as I'm listening to her and figuring out what's going on. And then she says to me, well, what about, what are you doing? What have you been up to? And I tell her, oh my gosh, well, I don't know if you know the whole story, but I lost 60 pounds and it was really life-changing for me. And now I pretty much pay it forward by helping other people do the same thing. It's been an incredibly rewarding experience. She goes, wow, that's really cool. Yeah. I said, yeah, it has been. It's been amazing. Now I get to be home with my kids. I don't have to work 9 to 5 anymore. I have independence. It's pretty awesome. She says, wow, that's great. I need something like that. That's usually what people say to me. Great. I said, well, listen, if you know anybody who needs help in this area, if you can think of anybody who needs help in this area, I just want you to know, as my friend, I'd be happy to help them for you. Just connect me. Or if you ever want information on any of this, I'd be happy to help you too. Just let me know. She goes, well, actually, I might need that help. Great. This is when I see I've uncovered some interest in this conversation, and now I'm going to invite her. Okay. Now, most people will know, anyone talking to me, for example, would know that I was working in network marketing because I put it out front. They knew. They're waiting for me to sell them. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just listening to them, figuring out how I can help them. So now she's interested in learning more. Great. Perfect. Now I'm going to invite her to something. So here's an example. Jay, listen, perfect. Tonight, my team is actually doing a virtual event on Facebook Live. It's a great opportunity for you to learn about the business and the opportunity. If you're interested in attending, I'll send you the link. She says, that's great. Send me that link, Eric. Perfect. So this is a conversation we're having. So just so you guys know, this question comes up. I always start my conversations via Messenger, but if somebody's interested in going deeper, I'll ask them if they can jump on the phone or on a Zoom. Okay, so that I can go a little deeper in the conversation. So great. I'm going to send you that link right now, Jay, and then I'll connect with you in a couple of days and see if you have any questions. She says, oh, that's perfect. Great. So this is an example of how the conversation progresses. And now I've invited her. Let me show you how to do that in Teamzy. Now, notice that Jay is no longer on my dashboard because I already logged the connect. She's off. She's gone for 30 days. She was a 5-star. She won't come back automatically for 30 days. So I'm going to look her up. See the lookup bar at the top of the screen? You just put in a piece of their name or their email, their phone number, and it comes right up. There she is. That brings me to her contact record on the team page. Okay. I'm going to click connect so I can open up the connect box just like we had on the dashboard. But this time I'm going to click on invite. See that invite right there in the bottom left? Invite. Now what I'll do is I'm going to choose, in this case, I'll choose business opportunity meeting. By the way, the invite dropdown will be specific to your network. However you guys have told us you invite people, that's what you have on there. Great. Now Teamzy's automatically put her on my follow-up list. See that? She's automatically there for 2 days. Now I can change that to whenever I want, but it just defaults to 2, just so in case you forget, okay? And I'm just going to put on there that I sent her link to virtual event. Okay. Now when I log that, check it out. Now it has a follow-up sent in her record. So if I go to my dashboard and look at my follow-ups list, she's there. She's due in 2 days. I can't mess this up. So every day when I do my power hour, I connect with prospects, customers, distributors. As the conversations progress, I invite people to something, and then they go on my follow-ups list. So then after I've connected with these 3 lists, I go work my follow-ups list, whoever's due. So when Jay is due, here's how I do it. Just like the connects, I go to my scripts. By the way, I put my follow-up scripts in Teamzy for you. They've been refined and they work great. Just use them, okay? Just use them. Here's how we do it. Follow-up number 1 is the first one I'll grab. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Copy the script, just like before, right? Put it in there. Change the name, get it just the way you want it. Once you have it the way you want it, and I'll send it on Facebook or however you send it. In my case, I'm using Facebook. However you send the message, okay? Boom. Now, couple rules about sending follow-ups. Okay, a couple rules about sending follow-ups. I'm running out of time, so I got to go fast. Here's a couple things real quick on this. If you want to, you need to follow up a lot in order to get a result. Did you know that 80% of sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up? Between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Okay. And I know that probably none of you follow up that many times, which means you're missing more than 80% of your opportunities. And I know you don't do it because you don't want to be annoying. And so I'm going to just give you the 2 rules for not being annoying really quickly, okay? Just trust me. There's a lot of psychology behind this. You can do the research if you want, but this works. The 2 rules are this. First of all, when you send your message, it needs to be just like the one I just showed you, short and sweet, and it needs to be sent via text or Facebook Messenger, something that will show up as a notification on the front of their phone. Okay, that's the first rule. It has to be sent that way. The reason for that is they won't open it or respond to it in most cases, but you want to make sure they saw it, and they will see it if it's a notification on their screen. Okay. Good. Look at my phone. Look at all those notifications on my screen right now that I can scan without opening. Okay, so you want them to see it. That's all that matters, is that they see it and that it enters their brain, okay? The second rule is don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to call you back, text you back, finish their purchase, or RSVP, whatever. Don't ask them to do anything in your follow-up because that's annoying when you give them homework, okay? So follow those 2 rules. I put 10 scripts that follow these rules in Teamzy for you. You saw there's the first one there. Just checking in like I promised. What questions do you have for me? Follow those scripts. Every few days, send another one, send another one, send another one, send another one. It'll work, okay? You won't even get a response, by the way, till maybe 6. How many of you guys follow up 6 times? And you wonder why you never got a response? Most people won't respond at all till 5 or 6. Even people who respect you, love you, are interested in the products, okay? That's just human psychology. They're busy. You're not their top priority. They've got other stuff going on, and there's psychological reasons why they'll avoid you at first. Just keep going and keep it positive and understand this concept. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love, right? It's the only way you can help them, because if they don't complete their purchase, you cannot change their life. So following up is an act of love, okay? So you log this the same way, okay? But first, before you log this follow-up, set a new follow-up. Okay, so let's say I follow up again in 2 days. Set the new follow-up and then log it. Okay, so she's on the list again for 2 days. Always set a new follow-up. Every time you follow up with somebody, set the next one. Put them on your list for the next time. Okay, all right. So one last piece, and we're going to do Q&A. Start putting your questions in the Q&A right now, and I'll take them in a second if you've got any. One last thing. Here's how we finish it off in Teamzy. Jay joins our team after 10 follow-ups. Here's how we finish it off. Okay. We're on her record. Well, let me look her up so I can get to her record. We're on her record. First thing I'll do is log the sale, right? Let's say distributor kit. Again, the sale dropdown will be different based on your network. And then tag the product she bought. So you can see I put some tags in there, some of our popular networks. Okay, so tag the product she purchased so you know what she got. And then move her from prospect to distributor. Okay, personally sponsored, done. Now she's on my team. Pretty cool, right? That's how you do it. Set it up, crush it every day. 30 minutes a day, crush your power hour. Just imagine what your business would look like if you connected with 20 people a day. You'd create so much momentum. All right, quick action steps for you guys. Quick action steps, and then we'll take some questions to see if I've already got some in there. All right. Go to Teamzy.com, get your 30-day free trial started. That's a no-brainer. If you're in a free trial, if you're already in a free trial, set up your subscription. That way when your trial ends, you won't miss a beat. Okay, it's $29.99 US a month for Teamzy. You will make that your first month if you put any effort whatsoever into this, and you're good to go. Okay, if you're in love with Teamzy, which hopefully you will be, you can do 12 months. Instead of monthly, you can do it every 12 months, and that way you get 12 months for the price of 10, you save some money. Okay, next thing I want you to do is get a 30-day success partner, okay, to do Teamzy with you for 30 days. Get a 30-day success partner, somebody that is hungry like you. They don't have to be the same rank, okay? And what I want you to do is say, hey, let's do this together. Let's hold each other accountable, share your goals with each other. And then each day when you complete your Teamzy dashboard, take a screenshot and send it to your success partner. Okay, send it to your success partner. And that will motivate you guys to do more than you would do on your own. And then the last step is this. Take my 5-day challenge, which is to connect with 100 people in 5 days. 5 days, I want them in a row, no days off. 5 days in a row, connect with 100 people. That's exactly what I demonstrated for you today. That's the exact average number that those people I told you getting 21 customers and 9 recruits are doing. I want you to feel the momentum. Understand, to viscerally feel how much momentum you can create in 5 days. Okay? I'll give it to you free for 30 days. You've got plenty of time to create that momentum. And then after that, we'll work together. Sound good? Okay, great. Those are your action steps. Let's jump out of here, and I've got some questions. Let's take them real quick. All right. Do you add all their info in the log connect? Diana. Excuse me. So when you put people in your system, you would put all their contact info and stuff in there already. That should already be in there. As far as all their info in the log connect, all I would do in the log connect is what I'm sending, what message I sent to them, and then I would log it, if that makes sense. Okay, Mary Ellen says, if you don't have a team in the beginning, will they be brought in? If you don't have a team in the beginning, what you do is, as you add people to your team, Mary Ellen, you add them in one at a time. Okay? So look, let me go back to Teamzy. Where are you? So you're on Teamzy. Let's say you get a new person to your team. You just add them in right here. You click that little guy on the top right, put him in as a distributor, and you just add him in. Okay? Boom, there you are on my team. You're on my team. Easy peasy, right? Okay. What is the best way to add new, wait, I'm sorry. What is the best way to add new people if you live in the woods? Figure out how to get Wi-Fi or a cell phone signal. You don't have a cell phone signal in the woods? Write it down, and then when you get, you can go to, hey, you know what? I can tell you the answer to that, because one of our people went to Alaska for 2 months, and he went and got a coffee at Internet Cafe once a day and did all his Teamzy stuff. Okay, Lisa says, what happens when none of my combos lead to an invite or not enough to reach my daily goal? Okay, your convos will not lead to an invite on their own. It's up to you, Lisa, to lead them to an invite. Okay, it's up to you to lead them to an invite. Ask questions, find out where they're going, and make sure that you always share with people what you do and why you're passionate about it. Don't be afraid to share with people what you do. If you're not getting any invites, it's because you're being a little bit too passive. Okay, Diana says, I know a girl that has cancer and our product would benefit her now that she has done chemo. Cancer is in remission. I know this product would only do her good. Should I go through the connection process? Yeah, I would. Okay, that's a really specific case, but yes, first of all, you need to reconnect with her. How do you know? If you know all this about her, then there must be some connection of some sort, right? If not, if you've just been watching her on Facebook or something, I would, yeah, reconnect. Say, hey, I've been watching you on Facebook. Congratulations on going into remission. I'm so excited for you. That is such great news. I mean, start a conversation. You don't need to start with, hi, how are you? If you want to get into this conversation. Does that make sense? Okay. Debbie says, how do you find what you've been saying previously? Oh, okay, great. So Debbie, look, if I'm looking at Tracy and I'm getting ready to message her, if I click on activity right here, that will show me everything I've ever sent to her. Okay? Pretty cool, right? It'll show me the last things I sent her. Now, of course, since I primarily use Facebook, if I go look her up on Facebook and hit message, it would also show me every message, including all of her comebacks. Okay. Same thing if you're on the like if you are on her record on the team page, I'll show you where that is. It's called activity feed right here. Okay, great. Elaine says, so what happens if my 30-day trial is passed and now what to do, Teamzy? Now you need to go set up your subscription and start having fun, start building your business. We'll be here to help you. All you need to do, Elaine, to do that is just go log on to Teamzy. It'll bring you right to the set subscription page if your trial's already expired. And when you sign up, you'll be back in your Teamzy account with all the data that you left there. It's all saved for you, okay? So if any of you guys have finished your 30-day free trial and you don't have to start over, when you log back in and start a thing, you'll be right back in your account, okay? Is there a place to add in details of the conversation with the prospect? Donna, that's what you add in the connect box. So if you want to go, what you would do is a couple things you can do. There is a notes section where you can put any notes, okay? And you can go back to the activity feed that we just showed you on their record, and you can edit that message if you want, and you can paste the whole conversation in there if you'd like. Honestly, I find that's a waste of time personally. That's a lot of time keeping track of things that's not necessary, because if I send a text message, that whole conversation is in my text messages. If I send a Facebook message, that whole conversation is in my Facebook messages. What I need Teamzy to do is tell me when is the next time I should reach out to her. Does that make sense? And so I spend more time reaching out and connecting and following up with people than I do recording and logging stuff. Becky says, is it possible to add a touch point tally to Teamzy? What I mean is dots with a color when you reach 6 or 8. No, we don't do that. Sorry, we don't do that. Okay, Anonymous says, following up on living in the woods. I do have Wi-Fi and internet in the woods. Okay, good. Well, that's great. Just trying to figure out the best way to really connect with people on Facebook. I'm in some groups and have received requests for info, but so far not really successful in getting the relationship to blossom. Okay, well, here's the good news. Whether you live in the woods or anywhere else, if you're on the internet, you're the same as the rest of us. Okay? So how do you meet people on Facebook? I mean, that's what you need to share. You need to be sharing a lot, putting content on your page, connecting with people. Joining groups is a great way. Figure out how to add value to the groups, meet people in the groups. There's lots of different things. This training isn't specifically on that, but there's lots of ways you can meet people on social media. In fact, I would say most of the relationships being forged in this business are being done on social media. The goal for you is, as you get people to the point where you can friend request them and become friends with them, then you can put them in your Teamzy and start working on building a relationship. And it will take a while. When you meet strangers, it will take a while to build a relationship with them. That's why you need to do the 5-star system, so that you have your best people always in front of you. As you're working with the colder people, they will take longer because you have to build trust with them, and it takes a while to connect over time. Make sense? But every time you connect with somebody and friend them and put them in Teamzy, that's a win, because you got a new relationship that you have now the opportunity to build. All right, this is the last question, then we're gonna go. How can I add a group of people I knew in other businesses that folded up and we all moved on? I still have the list. It's great. If you have a list, you save it as a CSV and import it, okay? If you have any, you go to the FAQs and look up how to import a CSV list. If you have any troubles, Diana, just email that list to support@teamzy.com, and my team will be happy to help you put that in your account for you. Make sense? Okay. All right, so I've got a bolt. Thank you guys. I hope that was very helpful for you tonight. I hope you learned a few things. We're excited and honored to have you part of our Teamzy family. Thank you for joining us tonight on the call. We appreciate you. God bless you. Have a great night.